Welcome.
Welcome,
Welcome to the Three Oak Podcast, where even the artists can be fans. AJ the Menace.
Shane and Petty.
And this is the Euphoria season finale reaction.
Yes.
Recap.
Review.
Sorry, I'm flossing right now. Now, y'all know we haven't done one of these.
He flossing.
Flossing. Okay, this has nothing to do with Euphoria, and I'm sorry. Please just sit tight for 30 seconds so I can tell Shane this.
Yeah.
You know, flossing made me think of the cool kids. You know they're dropping a triple album this week?
No, I did not know that. I knew they were dropping something.
Yup.
But I didn't know that. Wait, what?
They're dropping hip hop's first triple album this Sunday. This week.
Wait. This. Okay, so this coming
Sorry,
Sunday.
not this Sunday.
Yeah,
this
but this coming
week,
Sunday.
Like
This week.
I think on like Wednesday or some shit.
Oh shit.
So
Damn.
I'm all for it.
Yeah. How long has it been since they dropped?
It's been a while since they dropped because they worked separately. They had worked separately for quite a few years. Like Chuck English was doing a lot of production stuff. Like his production credits was growing like hell. Like popping up on Chance the Rapper shit.
Yeah. So
And more than just that, honestly. But
yeah, because I was gonna say like ever since they dropped Cool Kids and all that stuff, to me it was like they kind of just like disappeared. I didn't know if they were doing solo stuff. I never checked.
They were doing solo stuff. Chuck
Okay.
English was really diving into his production bag.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were getting production off of him. And then Sir Michael Rocks was he was just rapping still.
Yeah.
So he was putting out little EPs and projects and albums and mixtapes and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I would check some out every so often, but not nothing like it was when they were together. When I was checking for all their shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that comes out this week. So if I see it, if I find it, I'll send it over to you.
Yeah, man.
But I'm ready for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, now we'll jump into Euphoria. Sorry,
Yeah.
y'all.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the people shout out to all the real ones who remember the cool kids. They were everything.
Yeah, man.
They were everything. But yeah, so this season finale, man.
Okay, so I guess like the whole recap. I guess now we're able to like recap the whole season now.
Correct. And I'm able to say confidently
Yeah.
that them moving this storyline at a snail pace.
Yeah.
They're holding true.
Yeah.
They're holding true to that.
See, and remember, like the last time we were talking about it, I was saying like, okay, well, we don't know if they're going to either at the end of the season pay certain things off, or if they're just like because of that snail like movement. If it was just leading up to like it was all the answers were to come. You know,
Right.
That's what I was thinking. You know, so
right.
that's why I was like, okay, maybe let's just hold our horses. Maybe they're gonna wrap up things. But then, as we saw in this episode, they only wrapped up so much. You know,
Right. And then on top of that, I didn't like how they ended some of those storylines. Now, I remember, was Cherry saying last time that like people were having issues, like real life people were having issues on set? Who had said that last time? Was that
I
Cherry?
think so, but keep in mind, like that could possibly be rumors.
True. True.
I mean, I haven't looked into it, but Kat, I heard that the director and Kat were sort of having issues or something like that.
Yeah.
The actress, but I haven't looked into that to see because I still
And I feel like Cherry was saying that Nate and Zendaya like actually don't get along, and that's another reason why like they actually don't fuck with each other. But apparently they had sex back in the day too, like in real life.
Did they fuck with each other?
In real life,
They might
apparently.
have. I'm not sure. Yeah, they might have. I could have sworn I seen that room, but like I said, look, with online stuff, I don't believe anything until I see the stats. Until
Right,
I see
yeah,
the
I didn't
edit.
see it. Yeah, I didn't
because
see
I
that
mean,
shit.
because that's the thing with social media. Like people just put shit out there, and then everybody starts believing it, and then all of a sudden everybody thinks it's true. I don't know if it's. I don't know. I've heard of those things, but I don't know if they're true. You know, especially with Kat.
In this episode, Nate telling the police about his dad, that just seems so left field to me.
It did because
It just
what
was-
I was gonna do, I was gonna turn to you and say, "Well, what was loading the gun for?"
I don't know.
Because he loaded the gun. So
Yeah.
but then
What
like
was that?
but
What was
if
that?
you already called the cops to be there, what were you
not-
gonna do? You're gonna murder them and then arrest yourself?
Or did he think that, or maybe he brought it, maybe he thought his dad would put up a fight and try to run.
Oh,
And he was taking it to stop him from maybe trying to run
Maybe.
from the police getting there before,
Yeah.
hold him at gun. I don't know, but
Yeah.
that part didn't really make sense at all.
okay. So maybe what you're saying is like maybe he was just using it as a backup
Maybe, but
Because-
they focus a lot on it.
because he
though.
threatened him with the gun anyway.
He
when
did.
his father wasn't even doing anything.
Right, yeah.
His
And
father
they
was
did
just
focus
chilling.
on the gun and on that car ride
Yeah.
quite a bit. Like that was a
I
pretty
remember at first we was just like, wait, who the hell is this?
bro, yeah, I couldn't even figure out who he was.
At first, I thought like when I saw like the beer and the loading of the gun and all that, I was just like, wait, is somebody about to drive through Fez's house and save
that's
the
what
day
I
somehow?
thought. That's what I thought. I thought it was
Some coincidence kind of shit.
yeah, me too. I thought it was like I'm pulling up on Fez.
Fez.
I'm gonna try to kill Fez.
But ends up like saving him in the process or something, like hitting the
Right.
cops or something. You know, I wasn't sure what was
Pulling
going
up to murder Fez, but then realizing the cops were there, and then he get busted for it or something.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's one of the things that I will say, especially with the last 2 episodes, is because remember, like when something happened with the play and going back and forth with her
The time jumping.
yeah, the time
Yeah.
jumping and all that stuff. I will say with these past 2 episodes, I don't know if it's just like they weren't doing it well or if it was just intentional, but it was a little disorienting.
The transitions were beautiful.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
actual cinematography transitions
Looking wise, yeah.
were beautiful.
But-
how it would go from the rotation around the camera, the rotating sets.
Yeah.
But it was disorienting, like you were saying. 'Cause
In
you
the
were
sense
like,
of where am I?
yeah,
where are we?
Where am I, and what time period have we jumped
Yeah.
to? Have we gone forward or back?
Yeah.
Or are we in present still?
Yeah, because remember, like that whole long ass conversation that Rue had
With Cassie.
with Cassie,
With Lexi.
No, Lexi, on the floor for seemingly forever, and I was just
real.
like, but yeah, yeah,
For real though. That shit seemed to last forever.
you know,
I could have
and-
sworn that was post to play.
Yeah, yes. So when it
Yeah.
cut back to the play of them hugging, I was like, I got confused because I was just like, wait a minute. This moment happened after the play, so how is it in the play? You know,
Right,
and then
right,
I had to like
right.
reorganize my mind. I was like, oh, so that was a moment that happened before the play, and you know,
Yeah, and it's crazy how, I mean, I guess that kind of speaks to how the character Lexi's writing is so real and complex that she's able to take all these moments from the past and perfectly blend them with moments in the future or that could happen in the future. Because that's another thing. The flash that we always would get for the last 2 episodes that confused the hell out of me, honestly, might have been the last 3 episodes, is it seemed like Rue dying. I kept forgetting
yeah.
her dad died. It kept feeling like a room full of people there because she overdosed and died. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like it kept feeling like that, but then I'd be like, oh wait, this isn't a projection of if Rue dies. This will be the people that will show up to her funeral and speak.
Oh, yeah.
This is her father's funeral. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
yeah, it kept cutting back to that, and
that kept
especially
kind of
this
confusing
episode.
me because I feel like they gave us glimpses of that, and it was like both of those scenes took place in the living room.
Yeah,
So I couldn't tell.
what time?
I could
period
never
are we?
tell. Every time we went there, I would automatically think it was the wrong scene. I would think it would be Rue's hypothetical funeral,
Yeah.
but it would be her dad's funeral, and then it would just switch. It was disorienting.
Yeah. So
it really
I
was.
never noticed that until these past 2 episodes with the play, because
Yeah.
I go like you're right in the sense that she's blending the play with what's happening in her life, so I could see it from that point of view of just like they're trying to visually convey that it's a play mirroring
Yeah.
her life and
repeating of like cycling.
moments.
Yeah, like moments, like the moments that they're kind of living now.
Yeah.
Are moments they've all already lived together before. They just didn't realize it because it had a different form.
Yeah.
That's another thing too that I kept getting from how they were going back and forth is they kept trying to show how history is repeating itself.
Yeah.
That's essentially.
And then remember, like that, there's that moment where she said, "Hey, I enjoyed the play. Can I come over and hang out?"
Yeah.
That little moment, I'm just like, okay, so that's the only really like little moment that's like actually happening after the play because she
Right.
wouldn't say that if it, you know.
Right.
But the way she looked, well, I guess the way they both looked, it was just like when they had that other scene when they were talking on the floor. It was just like I thought that was just a continuation of that.
Right.
So, but yeah, so
So
that aside, I
Yeah.
guess, like, I will say this though about the play itself. I Because remember, like going back to like one of our early episodes when we were talking about it, like maybe 2 episodes ago, like you were saying the whole trans thing is that really happening and all that stuff, and I was like,
Right.
hey, it's L.A.
Right,
progressive and all that stuff,
right.
so who knows, you know? However, with how risky, should I say risky, how controversial the play is
Right.
itself, I don't know if any school would allow high school boys to be dry humping each other on stage.
That was kind of crazy.
I don't know if any school would
Yeah.
allow that.
First of all, a school to green light an original play
Yeah.
for the entire school seems kind of crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't go to any plays in high school, I don't think, especially not down here at Apex. I might have went to one high school play before I moved here, but they were always, you know,
Based on
the
some previous thing.
Nutcracker. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
I mean, I did
the
one.
Wicked, you know, stuff that's already battle tested. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, not an original play.
I mean,
that was an original play.
Well, that was a
about-
whole play. You know?
and it was an entire original play from a student about the students in that school.
Yeah, which, you know, and like I said, like even just the whole structure of it, I'm like, wait, how much did this play cost?
That's another thing
Like-
too, bro. That's another thing. Yo, you're
I'm
right,
like,
bro.
this is like Broadway type shit.
Okay, that part was all ridiculous. I
Yeah.
do appreciate how they did that, though.
No,
But
yeah, I do.
But it was ridiculous, though, because
Just in terms of reality.
realistically, it's like
I was like, look, I was
these
defend-
sets are expensive as hell.
Yeah, this is like clearly HBO money. You know, like this is not high school.
This isn't
money.
a high school fundraiser play money.
But it's supposed to be. So that's what I'm like.
Especially the thing that was confusing me. This isn't an art school. They would have stressed it if it was an art school. That would give it a little bit more
Yeah. Oh, okay.
realization. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, like
to have that type of production level.
Yeah.
And on top of that, isn't the school having Oklahoma at the same time?
The
Weren't
play,
they putting
other
the play
Was
Oklahoma
it?
on?
I know Lexi was advertising Oklahoma at one point, right?
Yeah, but
and-
I thought because that was a play that the school was actually doing, and she was like, "No, fuck that. I'm just gonna do my own play."
Okay, so maybe that's what it was. It was like she was gonna do Oklahoma and then like changed it.
Yeah. So in
Maybe
my mind,
disguised it almost?
so exactly. So in my head, I'm thinking. So does that mean this school has 2 plays actively running?
Yeah. Nah, I don't think so. Maybe it was a switcheroo thing.
Okay,
like
yeah.
maybe it just started off
That
being
wasn't
Oklahoma. Yeah, that wasn't clear because I never thought about that until you asked that.
Yeah, because they brought it up like when the
Because I
Oklahoma
remember,
shit
I
first
forgot
started.
about Oklahoma until you just brought
Exactly,
it up.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so-
So it was like, whatever happened to that play?
Yeah.
Or is that?
Yeah.
Or is Lexi's play Tuesday night and then Oklahoma's Thursday night? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah. So if like Oklahoma is like this other thing that's gonna happen at some point,
That's still
by
happening in
somebody
the
else.
school. Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea.
They did not make that clear at all.
Yeah. But just like it's just the last episode, not this episode, but the last one. I was just watching it, and I'm just like, once the boys were up there making fun of Nate and all that, and which was funny.
That was the craziest scene.
Yeah, it was funny, but the scenes where they're literally
They're so
like doing sexual acts,
They're doing cum shots, stuff
Cum
like that.
shots?
Yeah.
pretended to give blowjobs,
Yeah,
back shots, and
that was
I
cool.
was just like, and everybody was and I,
I mean,
was like,
and they had that dude. He was cross dressing the whole time.
yeah, but see, but that would be
In terms of play,
that would
yeah.
be laughable. That would be
Yeah,
just
that-
like, oh,
that
they're
is-
doing that for comedy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
We're talking
They have full
17-year-old boys. 17, yeah, they're not
blown,
really
right,
17,
right.
but
or 16 maybe.
yeah,
They're
so-
in high school.
yeah.
14 to 18.
That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like I don't care if it's LA or anywhere. I
In
don't think
spandex,
any
humping
school
each other.
would
Yeah.
allow that. Like to me, that's when I was watching that by myself. I was
Only
just
an art
like,
school would allow that, and still even then.
but even art school, it would be like 18 and over.
yeah,
You know,
only
like
the
it
seniors
would be
can
like
do
a,
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it would be 18 and over. Like they're not. I mean, unless they clarified at some point that they're all seniors. You
Yeah.
know, like I know
Okay.
at one point they said, what's her name? Not Cassie, but who she betrayed.
Maddie.
Maddie. I know at some point, like when she was in the pool with the lady, she said she was.
Oh yeah. The chick
18.
that she babysits
Yeah.
for. Yeah.
Yeah. She said she was 18. Yeah. So, but I don't know if that's just her. Because when I was a senior, I started my senior year at 17. You know, like, and then
Yeah,
like
me too. And then you
going
turn
towards
18.
the end of the semester, then I turned 18. You know.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so that's where like my like suspension of disbelief was sort of like challenged, where I was just
Yeah.
like, come on now. This
Yeah, it was a little wacky.
Yeah, it's a little
Yeah.
too thing, but overall the play is a nice production. You know,
Yeah.
like
I love the way
the
they
setup and
infused a
everything.
play into a TV show.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah, and actually, like all the actresses that they got to play the like Maddie and Rue and all that stuff, they
Right.
look pretty close.
They do. And that was another thing that I was
Especially Rue.
thinking, like, in terms of realistically wise.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, if all these people are playing these people, that means these people go to school with them.
They have to, unless she like auditioned. For
You didn't
anywhere.
recruit no like a community college actors.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like
for a high school play.
like these knockoffs that you casted for your play, these are people that you go to class with. So
Yeah.
like you might not know, or you find out that day. Imagine you go out for this role just because you're into the arts, and you're studying for it, and you do it, and you don't find out to the day that you've been playing somebody that you have English class with,
Yeah,
and then this person hates you now, bruh.
Yeah.
Like Cassie's gonna hate that girl that played her for the rest of her life.
yeah.
At least for the rest of college. I mean, for the rest of
Because you're gonna have to pass by her in the
Bro,
halls.
we go
and
to the
shit.
same school. We
Yeah.
have to. So
Pulled her off a horse and or a pony or whatever.
fighting her, yeah, like this is crazy.
I will say that though that scene was exciting.
That
scene
was.
when she like went up. I was like, oh shit.
And you know what else is kind of crazy?
Yeah.
Things that were in the play were if Lexi wrote the play, things that were in the play Lexi wasn't present for. Example, the Cassie having a orgasm on the carousel.
Yeah.
She wasn't
Yeah.
there for that.
Do you think Cassie told her about that maybe?
Maybe she might have.
And just maybe recreating it, I guess.
But she was with Maddie that whole night. And even in
Yeah.
that moment, she wasn't with Maddie. She was with that boy.
Yeah. Yeah, were there scenes in the play where it was like Cassie and Nate doing stuff like at the
I think there
window or
were.
something like that?
I think there were in the not this season finale,
episode.
but the one
Yeah.
before.
Okay, now with that one, was Lexi not there for that moment?
Lexi,
Because it was
to
going
be-
back.
This is the thing. A lot of the things I feel like Lexi is never really around for any major scenes.
Yeah.
Like, but a lot of major scenes were taking place like she was there
Yeah.
in the play. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
like, does everybody tell you? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That-
yeah. Does everybody
'cause-
tell? Like, did Cassie tell you about that time when they were at the window and
And I know
caressing
you're
each
not
other?
like Rue's not filling you in every single thing that happens with her. You
Oh,
know what I
yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's whatever. I guess there's a lot of plot holes in it. Like, example,
Yeah.
whatever happened with the drugs that they flushed that Rue had?
Yeah. Yeah.
That storyline, are we just gonna act like she don't owe this woman $10,000?
Yeah.
And this woman was very clear that you're a woman, you always have ways of making money. I will sell
Yeah.
you into sex trafficking.
See, now that one is like I can't even defend the show with that one because I'm like
They just completely just left
yeah.
that alone.
yeah, because the thing is, they set it up as if this woman is a calm bomb ready to go off.
Right,
Like,
right,
she's
right,
very
right,
calm.
right.
She just tells you how
But
it
she
is.
follows through.
But at some point, if you like cross her, she seems like the type of person like if you cross her path, she will have you killed.
And that's why she has so much power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
because
it
of her
is puzzling to not have that pay off at some
Yeah.
point to actually see that power come to fruition.
Yeah,
by her
yeah.
doing something like hanging Rue from a building or something like that. Or,
Right, just pulling up at least and threatening Rue
Yeah.
and her family. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
with
Just
some
anything.
like some goons or something. Like send some goons her way.
Yeah, it's
or-
the time jumping thing because Rue's final monologue before the credits, she said, "I stayed clean for the rest of the school year."
yeah.
So I'm like, okay,
She doesn't know how long this is gonna last.
yeah, but
You know what I thought was gonna happen is like
Yeah.
when she was walking out in slow motion, I thought that like two guys were gonna come from
I was
the
hoping
side.
somebody was gonna snatch her up.
Me
too.
and then
There was a
even
couple
if
moments I was hoping she was gonna get snatched up.
yeah, or you see like maybe it pulls back. You see like guys walking after her like in slow motion, and it pulls back, and you see the back of the head of
Yeah.
the chick of the woman.
Yeah.
And even if it cut to black there, then we would be like, oh, season 3 is gonna be the escalation of
Right,
that
right,
situation.
right.
But it didn't. So that's why I'm like, damn, they really just left that alone.
They really just died. They killed that off. So let's talk about Fesco.
Oh,
Because everybody's
and Cherry's gonna be mad because I remember on
Yeah.
Facebook she said if anything happens to Ash,
if
she's
anything,
gonna stop.
she did say that.
She
I
did say
forgot
that on
about
Facebook.
that.
She said, yeah,
Yeah, man.
predicted.
Well, Ash went out like a real nigga for real, for real. Like
with zero dialogue. Like his whole part.
Yeah.
I don't think I remember him talking at all.
he really had no control.
Yeah, all he was just, and that just goes to show you his power as an actor, whoever that little kid is, because
Yeah.
he communicated a lot with just a stare. Like
He did.
I was scared of that
And his
kid.
eyebrows.
Yeah, he did a lot with just facial expressions. So even in the last scene, in his last scene where he actually showed emotion,
He was. You could see he was scared to die.
yeah, but he still didn't say anything. I thought he was gonna say at least
We
one
never
word.
heard him talk, huh?
We never heard him talk. He had zero line of dialogue from what I remember, even from season 1. I don't remember a single line. Of
I
dialogue.
don't think I've ever heard him talk.
All I hear is just grunt. Oh well, maybe he said something during this. Maybe every once in a while he would say maybe a few words here and
Yeah.
there, because I think he may have said stuff when he was hitting Nate's father in the head with the gun.
Oh, that's right.
He may have been
he
saying
was
some
talking
stuff.
during that.
Was he?
I think he was.
I can't
I
remember.
think he was talking during that
Yeah,
scene. Actually,
I don't think, because I don't remember him doing that completely silent. So I think he was saying some shit.
Yeah, because he
Yeah.
was saying, like, I remember him threatening
Speak
him, like,
or something like that.
Yeah, because he was like, he ain't gonna leave. Watch. Toosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
remember that.
So
He
maybe
did have dialogue
not
during that.
zero dialogue, but just little.
Very,
dialogue.
very little dialogue, though. Yeah.
But still, it just goes to show you like his power as an
They
actor.
really got some good actors on that show.
Yeah.
They really got some good actors.
Found some in odd places, like the porn industry.
Right. Shout out to.
We know who you are.
We know how you are. We just saw your.
We saw your work.
We just saw your Blacked Raw.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. We checked out your work to see who you are.
With them big ass shoes on, getting
Yeah.
fucked.
And the big ass lips too. No,
With the big ass lips and them big ass sneakers.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why she was wearing them sneakers in that porn scene.
oh,
But yeah,
Even in the
that's-
show, she wearing sneakers. The same
Yeah,
sneakers.
she literally,
Yeah.
she be having big ass sneakers on that little ass body. I don't know what that's.
But I mean, look, on a real tip though, I mean, it's very rare that you get to see like a porn actress or actor.
That's a huge
get a
transition.
pivotal role in a TV show.
she was in every episode this season.
Yeah,
If not
She was
every
a pivotal
episode, she might
character.
have. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, she was real, yo.
and she was fine. She was a fine actress. Like
Yeah,
she
she was,
didn't blow me
yeah.
away or anything. But it was like
She
for
played
like a
her
porn
role.
actress, I'm like you know the acting.
Yeah,
in
we
porn,
think about
you know?
porn acting.
You know?
Yeah, corny. Oh my god,
What happened?
I need a plumber.
Yeah.
My husband's been gone. He doesn't care about me. Yeah,
Yeah,
she was
she
playing.
didn't act like that.
She was acting. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, that's
Yeah,
commendable.
that's true.
Yeah.
I wonder if she's still actively doing porn and like.
Yeah.
I wonder if she's gonna be the first or wants to be the first that like cleanly makes that transition
Yeah. Yeah.
to be a respectable actress
Yeah.
and a porn star.
Yeah.
Because I don't know any respectable porn star actresses.
Yeah. That made that transition.
The actress part, I know you're still an actress
Yeah,
and you're
that's
getting
true.
fucked, but
Yeah, technically. Yeah.
yeah, technically you're still acting, but yeah,
Yeah.
but the actual dialogue part.
Yeah. But now with
But
Fez,
Fez-
now so what? He's just gonna get locked up, I guess.
Well,
Or
that's
the
the thing.
trial or whatever.
Well, the thing is, he committed 0 murders.
Mm-hmm.
Now they did walk in. They saw he clearly had a stab wound on his neck. He did wipe his brother's fingerprints off, and he was holding the knife when the police came in. But his brother did just get killed by the police after killing a police officer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I
He
forgot did
full
that.
blown killed that police officer.
That was crazy because remember when like you open the door, the bathroom door, and you see him laying on there, and I was like, oh damn, they got him. But I was like, but wait a minute, where's the?
There was no blood.
yeah, where's the blood?
yeah.
So when he rose back up, I was like, oh shit, here we go.
Like his goal was to kill at least one police officer so that they would kill him.
Yeah.
That was for sure his goal. But I mean, Fesco can avoid jail if he says his brother did. If he actually tells the truth, and his brother committed the murders, he still might do time because number one, there's illegal weapons in that house, and I'm assuming there's drugs in the house still too, right? Like, because that's their full time job, selling drugs.
Well, I mean, but
and running the store.
There was this point. Remember when Rue came over, and she was looking for drugs? He said that I don't keep this shit at the house anymore. You know
did
that.
say that.
So
why you say it like?
You know I had to say it like it. Yeah? Come on,
don't
man. You
keep
know
this
I don't
shit at
keep
the
that
house
shit out of the
anymore.
house anymore. You know.
Yo,
Oh
that scene
hell no.
That scene they gave Fesco and Lexi at the beginning of the episode,
Yeah.
fire.
Wait. Oh, Lexi. Yeah.
That,
yeah.
Not that scene, that montage.
That whole-
they gave.
yeah, that whole
They gave
sequence.
Fez back to back quotables.
Yeah. Yeah. Even
Like
when he
if
was
this
talking
was
about,
Tumblr era, if this
Yeah.
was Tumblr era, they would gif that little montage. All those quotas, bro, they would gift that shit up, man. It would be all over Tumblr right now. And it might be all over Twitter. I don't know if Twitter's gonna get on. Twitter ain't like Tumblr. Like, for the ones who know about Tumblr, like, and having like Tumblr will have 3 different gifs playing out the scene. So you can watch it in order in the dialogue up there. And it'd be like people's favorite part. So it'd be like 2 pictures. It'll be Jack from Titanic and the chick, but it'll be like 2 or 3 different of them going back and forth with the dialogue. So you're like kind of watching the movie. You know what I mean? Like they would for sure do that with that scene.
Yeah.
They
because those were well written, and it really showed like his character and how he feels.
They were
about
planning a
Lexi.
future.
Yeah.
That's his wife.
Yeah.
That's his wife. Like,
it's like the way they're written is like you could see they're not exactly the same, but they work somehow.
They work very well. Yeah. And that's something they put in that dialogue too.
Right. Yeah. Because he mentioned that. He said that. Well, I mean, we don't have that much in common and all that stuff. And then she started saying like, well, we're this and we're that, and he's like, well, that's those are traits. And those are the shit that you can't get online and all that.
That was a bar. Woo, that was a bar.
Yeah.
He was saying that's the shit that we want to know about people that people don't put online. That's the character traits that we want to know. Yeah. People are more pressed on telling us everything else.
Their interests.
Yeah.
And that's why, especially with like, dating apps, like the ones where you're looking for like romance, or you're looking for a partner.
You're actually looking for love.
Yeah, they're looking for a partner. Like, to me, especially like, at least for me, I do feel like these apps like OkCupid, they really do rely heavily on interests. But the problem with interests is that is not the sort of like the holy grail of what a person, just because you have like, oh, you like the same band, right? It doesn't necessarily mean.
I would put less of that on OkCupid, because OkCupid, dating platform wise, mind you, I've never been on any of those like paid ones like eHarmony, the ones that like actually produces marriages like on a high base, on like a consistent basis. Yeah. But like OkCupid actually has like questions. Yeah. A lot of character questions. Yeah, that you can answer, and it gives you a percentage. But I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah, because like on Tinder or on Bumble, you put a couple of interests, and when you go to somebody's profile, if they have the same interest, it'll light up, and you're like, oh, you like film and cinema too. You like outings and photography, and you like dogs. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
but all of those stuff is like, that's not just because you have like we love Jurassic Park. That doesn't necessarily mean we're gonna work, because it's not including like our world views. And, I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like for instance, like I think OkCupid, I think they think I'm white.
You think so?
Yes, because every time they email you, hey, we found a bunch of girls that you may be in there, right?
Like
they give those emails.
Yeah.
Every single time, it's always white girls. And we'd be like 80, 90% and all that shit. But I think because of their algorithm, based on my interests, are probably so. It's like, oh, he can't be a nigga. So, right.
So
that's why they keep recommending me white girls.
And even if he is, ain't no way he like black girls.
Yes. So you know what? We'll just give you Sally's and Brittany's, and as I hear, right. So that's what I'm saying. Like the algorithm doesn't know me. Like in this algorithm world, like they can't really like 100% nail down what you're looking for, what you are, and all that stuff. Is just a rough estimation.
Interviewing some of those creators, like especially the ones that turn over marriages, like eHarmony, I think it is.
Oh, eHarmony.
Is it eHarmony or Match? I don't know.
Oh, one of those.
One of them, it's like they have the highest percentage of marriages. Yeah. But like interviewing the psychology behind that. Yeah. That'll be interesting, like just hearing them talk about it, because they haven't figured out more than everybody else.
I would also love to see a study done with for lack of a better word, normies versus very eclectic people. How which ones find their partners on online dating easier? Okay. Because that's another suspicion that I have, is like the more eclectic you are, it's probably harder to nail down a partner for yourself. True. Because that's why I'm saying, like, I'm a very eclectic black person.
Right.
The algorithm doesn't know what the fuck to do with a person, a nigga like me.
You're like, yeah, you throw the algorithm off.
Yeah, because
to where you don't get what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're feeding you what they think you want.
If I'm looking for a black chick like myself, that's gonna be hard because the
Yeah.
algorithm doesn't even know like what you are, you know?
Right.
So
Right.
But we went off topic, but so because we were talking about
Talking about
Fez
Lexi and Fesco.
and why he said that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so all his quotes, that was one of the things that was like really written well. I will say though that the director, that's one of the things that he's accused of is especially with Malcolm and Marie.
Oh, this is the same person that did
Yeah.
Malcolm Marie? Okay.
Yeah.
With Zendaya as
That was
well.
a little movie that he did during the pandemic between the seasons, you know?
Gotcha.
Just to have something to do. Zendaya came up with an idea and they both spitballed. Then they got Denzel's
Son.
Yeah, they brought him into it and then they shot that in a house for little to no money. And they made the movie. I will say that was an inspiration, you know, for me making like a film myself.
Right.
Because you know, like I'm just looking at these people who just like they just did it. You know.
Okay, that's another
Yeah.
thing too.
What?
Since editing that last music video that I did,
Mm-hmm.
I am ready to shoot some shit. Whatever script
Yes.
you're ready to shoot next, I'm
Yes.
ready to screw it. I got the color thing down. I
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
I got it figured out now.
Yeah.
So
Color grading.
yeah, I got the color
Yeah.
grading thing down now.
Yeah. So one of his biggest things was criticisms with that movie was just long-winded dialogue, you know, and not even in the Quentin way, you know, because Quentin Tarantino,
It's
like,
engaging as fuck, even though
his
it's a lot of dialogue.
his writing is specific, but and as people are talking for a long time, but he has a very specific, engaging way of writing. And this director, I can't remember his name, and we probably just saw it at the end of the
Oh
episode.
yeah, we for sure saw
I can't
it was
remember.
Alex something,
Yeah, it might be.
Alex or Adam something,
Yeah.
something like that. I don't know.
But even in
I
this
could be way off,
episode, when we were watching it together, it was sort of that scene when Rue was talking to Lexi. It did seem like, where is this going?
Okay, you
Like-
know what? I didn't even realize it until you said that.
Well,
But every episode that I've ever seen in Euphoria, that makes so much sense. If that's a criticism that he gets, heavy dialogue and
pages and pages of, you know.
and I don't need and it's just leaving me confused on where the fuck the story's going.
Yeah, and people kind of like, because even in that
I zone
scene,
out.
yeah, because even in that scene, there were parts where it's like people are kind of like just repeating what they're already kind of conveying.
Yeah,
You know, like or you know, and I'm just like, it's like we kind of get it. You know, like
yeah, bro.
there's a rule in like screenwriting, I think, that where they say you're supposed to enter a scene late and leave it early. So what that means is enter the scene
what
late.
you want out of that scene quickly.
Yeah, so
in as short as the amount of dialogue.
it took me a while to remember the meaning of the beginning, because the enter the scene late part that confused me at first. But now when I think about it, it's like, oh, enter the scene late means they're already mid in conversation already when the scene starts.
Right.
So you're
right,
entering
right.
the scene late. You're not entering the scene at the start of the conversation. You're entering in the midst of me cutting to me and going to you like, really? And then we cut because you already told me already, you know? Like, so you're entering the scene late, but then end it early, you know? So it's like,
Yeah.
don't run it for too long or whatever.
That
you know?
makes sense.
Yeah, so
He hasn't mastered that yet.
yeah. or maybe he's
Sure,
just doing his
she
own
hasn't
thing, you
mastered
know?
it, or
'cause-
maybe this is their style.
Yeah, because that's the
Yeah.
other thing too. I always like, you know, tell people too, like Drew, like who's getting involved, trying to get into writing and stuff like that. You know, I told him it's
Yeah.
like, well, there's no set rules. There's just guidelines, you know.
Right,
But
right,
still,
right.
but it could
There's
be
still
help
something
sometimes.
that's more. There's psychologically, there's things that are more appealing to
Yeah.
you.
If you feel yourself like the characters are kind of just repeating themselves a little bit, kind of condense it
That happens
to
a
two
lot.
lines
That
and
happens
then
a lot in
move
this
on.
show. You
It's
know,
like long-winded, you know.
where like this episode felt long to me, and it was because certain scenes were just like,
Meandering.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
that's just the thing about the whole show for me.
Yeah.
This whole season is just like there's no and they're doing it with the dialogue. There's no sense of urgency.
Yeah.
There's no sense of urgency, but at the same time, it's uncomfortably slow.
Yeah.
how they feel comfortable developing the storyline. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
they leave you on bad cliffhangers. They'll break one storyline that could be closed up in one episode across 3 episodes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then they'll just completely leave storylines they started and never mention it again. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah.
but so far this season, okay, so I watched all of them most recently. I started Euphoria late. I didn't see it when everybody else first saw it. So I'm kind of fresh on everything. I saw the entire first season. I was up to speed by season 2, episode 5. I was up to speed.
Okay.
So the last 3 weeks, 5, 6, 7, 8, or the last 4 weeks, I've been able to watch them the day they came out or the morning after they came out. So I've been up to speed since then.
Yeah.
So I watched all of season 1, and I was highly disappointed with the season finale of season 1. I was not happy with it at all. I am happy to say that this season finale does seem a lot better. I do like this one a lot. This season, the last 2 episodes were definitely the best 2 episodes because the beginning of this season was way too slow for me.
Yeah.
Way too slow. And I heard a lot of people were saying that the episode 6, where Rue was having her withdrawal, that was one of their favorite episodes. And that was one of my least favorite episodes. Because I felt like out of a 1-hour show, 20, 30 minutes of it was her withdrawing.
Now, do you mean the scene where she's like with the Jolly Rancher and all that stuff? Like that scene?
Her whole withdrawal process.
Okay.
It was like, I feel like they could have wrapped that entire thing up and got close. It got quicker to the dinner.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Because there was
okay.
a dinner in the midst of that as
Yeah.
well, too. And
Yeah.
it's like, we're finally getting to the dinner, but it's like, damn, you're giving us so much withdrawal stuff. I'm tired of seeing this. Like,
Yeah. That's going to be the challenge for a season 3, if they even decide to do that. For me, that's going to be a challenge because even though I did enjoy the episode where shit was going batshit crazy when she got out of the car and like just start causing traffic and sneaking into other people's house and breaking a table and messing up somebody's pool party and all that stuff, just because it was just so much chaos, it was like watching a car crash. You know, I'm just like, where the fuck? But in terms of the withdrawal thing, I'm like, after that, you know, like when things slow down and it's just her like struggling with it and all that stuff. How long, as a writer, as a creator, as a storyteller, how long are you going to drag this out? Because this is what the show is about.
Yeah.
This show is about her doing that. How long can you drag this story out of somebody doing drugs, relapsing, doing drugs, relapsing? Like how long can you know, like some stories are meant to be drawn out. I was just having a YouTube conversation with
there's always
somebody
a
else.
good reason to draw it out.
Yeah, because there's multiple things you can do with that story.
This is a violent way of drawing a story out, having a relapsing.
Well, I mean, this show could have been. Like, it's multiple things in one show. You know, like for instance, like if this was a movie about Zendaya relapsing and you know doing drugs and relapsing and all that stuff, you could wrap that up in 2 hours. You know,
facts. Because you can have all her ups and downs right in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of the movie. I think.
Yeah, but then at the same time, you have other stories of what's going on with Nate, his father, Cassie, and Lexi, and all this stuff to justify it being a show. And to me, honestly, even though I do think that the Rue stuff is interesting and all that stuff, the stories I'm usually wanting to go back to is the stuff with Cassie and Nate.
Yeah.
Like, to me, those stories are a little more interesting because I want to see how,
They have different things actually changing. We know Rue's main and only battle is the drugs.
It's just the drugs.
So, yeah.
And, whatever's going on with Jules,
Yeah, and that's not even a thing. And then...
How much ups and downs are Jules? Well, I guess she just left Jules for good.
Is it clear that... Did she ever find out that old dude had sex with Jules?
Who?
What's the dude's
Rue?
name? The dude, her friend she did drugs with, the boy with the apple tattoo.
Oh.
That never seemed to be clear if she found out that...
They didn't even make it clear that they did, but it was implied that they did.
They damn sure never touched back on that either.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that about?
Yeah.
Why did you even show us they had sex?
Yeah, or was interested in each other. Yeah. So that's
Yeah, that was weird. Why did we even
yeah.
hear
Like,
that?
where was that supposed to go?
Yeah.
Because I thought it was gonna be some kind of triangle thing going on.
too.
You know. Oh, one of the things that was implied but never came to fruition either. It was implied, so it's not just that I'm a pervert and I like lesbian content.
Right.
It's not just that, but
The
I remember
babysitter and Maddie. Yeah.
when Maddie was trying
I
on
thought
her
she was trying to
dresses
get-
in that
I-
episode.
I thought she was trying to get some pussy.
I thought the way she grazed her hand, the mother like told her to zip up her dress, and then the way she said thank you and grazed her hand, it like closed up on her hand, as in to
That was
imply that there is some kind of
sexual tension.
sexual interest in there.
Right.
And even Maddie was a little disturbed by that when she
Right.
left. I thought that was going to be a thing that was going to be explored at some point. Not heavily, but
At least touched on.
you can't imply things and then just drop it. Now I'm starting to see.
Bro, you see what I'm
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
right? Bro, when you watch Euphoria, bro, they give you so much shit.
It's
They
like
give
so
you-
much implications.
It's so many
With no
implications
payoffs.
that none, bro,
Yeah.
none.
Or
dog.
some payoffs, but not to certain.
None.
Some things pay off, and then some other things just get dropped.
Yeah,
So-
and like they never happen. Like,
Yeah. So I'm like, so why did you even bother close? Because that's what you do. Like, if it was nothing, then you just have the wide shot or just the close up saying like thank you, the face or whatever.
and you see a friendship develop.
Yeah.
Not a. Is this a?
That was not an implication because when they were in that pool, I was like, oh shit, is shit gonna go down?
Right, like
You know?
they had a whole date.
Yeah, like she's like, hey, let's go in the pool, and even Maddie was concerned about it. I was just like, oh shit, is some
Hold
kind
up.
of like jailbait
Even
thing
more
gonna happen?
Even more confusing. I feel like they implied that Maddie was pregnant because you remember after the pool,
Yeah.
there was a moment when they met again and they were at some baseball game.
Her and the babysitter?
Yeah,
They were at some baseball game. Maybe
they were
maybe I
at
don't
some
remember.
baseball game and she was like, "Have you told him yet?"
Oh, damn! Why is this like completely blank from my mind?
Bro, it happened, dog. Hold on.
Shit, I don't remember this at all. Or I hope I didn't going into a daze.
Bro, it was another scene that they fucking introduced to us that they had no intention on closing.
Yeah.
Maddie.
And babysitter. And you know, it's so crazy. I've seen that actress before, the one who plays the babysitter. I'm
me
pretty sure she
too.
used to be in like 2000s movies.
Yeah.
You know?
She was hot still.
Yeah, it's still
I like
shit.
her voice too.
Yeah, it's still hot. Yeah, she looked kind of pretty similar to what she used to look like. I just can't remember her from anything. Oh, wait a minute! I remember one of her movies. It was called 500 Days of Summer. She was the last girl that Joseph Gordon-Levitt met. Which one? What are you on anyway?
I'm on Google. I'm trying to
Oh.
just see if I could just find pictures of.
Them in the pool.
I could have sworn I wasn't tripping, but whatever.
I hope the director didn't do this shit to be like, I'm going to imply a lesbian thing, and then if you think that's going to happen, then you're a pervert.
Right.
You know, just to make us feel like perverted and shit for even thinking that was possible.
This show is really crazy.
Yeah.
And you know what it is, man? But it's so frustrating because they just keep showing us shit. And they don't plan on closing any storylines.
Yeah, because like I said, like, I was holding out and just being like, hey, look, let's wait till this, the last, and, maybe the answers are coming, because you even said, at least we do know where the father went. Because remember, I didn't even think Nate's father.
Okay.
Because
He was just in one of his construction sites,
yeah,
one of his job sites,
yeah.
because he's a contractor.
Okay, now were you thinking that we were gonna? Didn't you say like we'd never found out what happened to that boy he was in love with in high school?
That's who we never found out.
Yeah.
His the one that turned him out, like
Yeah.
the one that they turned each other out.
Yeah,
Can't remember Derek.
yeah.
Derek
So-
just disappeared. Like,
yeah, but they never. But he still. Oh yeah, but in the gay bar, he clearly still had feelings for him.
Right.
But we never found out. It's just like he never. Did he ever look him up or
right? Or just what just happened to him? I know he went to Duke or he went to some college, but still, if
Or
they
maybe
were
it's just a
best
past-
everyday best friends, like
Yeah. Well, what happened to that relationship between them?
They went out on their graduation night. They celebrated alone. Went to that gay bar.
Oh yeah. So that was
Made
their
out.
graduation night.
Yeah, I think that was their graduation night.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know if they had. I guess they had sex. I'm assuming.
Yeah, but then
And then he got the very next morning got a call saying that old girl was pregnant.
pregnant. Yeah.
And then
And then just
people
gone.
are speculating that he told his best friend he was pissed off
Oh.
and never became friends with him again. But that still don't mean that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
still
yeah.
just dropped the ball on that. Like
Yeah. Yeah, because now we're just left to speculate.
yeah, we're just left to speculate. Like so did he just go to college and never move back to his hometown? Does he never check in on his homeboy? Like you were everyday best friends all through high school. Your parents knew each other, but now you're just stop fucking with each other after y'all have sex one time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So then, so what was on that thumb drive was just everything. He said everything. So that I guess that's including Jules.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you
his
think Jules is on
situation
there, or
with
do you
Jules.
think he actually protected Jules?
Oh.
Gave her the only copy because remember he gave her the copy of the DVD.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
You think
yeah.
everything but Jules is
So
on there?
wait, so what was on the? It was just sex with other people, right?
Yeah, because apparently he had filmed every encounter, and I don't know how
All of them
often-
were underage.
I don't think they were all underage, but it was a good handful of them that were
Oh,
underage.
okay, all right. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So I thought Jules was the only situation where he was like, because I remember in the tape he does ask her how old she was, and then didn't she lie?
Yeah,
She said like she was 22 or something.
yeah.
Okay.
Which honestly, if that's the case, and he did that with all of them,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, like if he asked that how old every one of them were.
and they all lied and said 18 or older,
Yeah.
would he just get off?
You know, because like if you fuck somebody that you
I mean,
didn't
the
know
pro-
was
The
underage.
prostitution part is illegal, but
Oh, okay.
they would have to arrest the prostitute
Seduce as well, right?
Yeah, the person selling the boot, the person selling the bussy.
Yeah, the
Not-
bootsy, the bootsy.
Yeah, the person selling the bussy would be arrested
Yeah,
for soliciting sex, not the purchaser.
yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I've never had sex with prostitutes. I'm not really
Yeah,
sure
I
how
don't
the
know
law
that
works on
goes.
that.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that goes, and I don't know
Yeah.
who gets arrested if you do get caught with a prostitute.
Yeah, both or the seller.
I feel like it's just the person, the seller. I feel like it's just the seller. I don't know though.
Yeah, yeah.
Let us know.
If you're a
man.
prostitute, let us know.
Yeah, if you're a prostitute and
Reveal yourself in our comments.
reveal yourself. Number one, let us know you're selling pussy or bussy.
Yeah, give us a call. Nah.
And let us know when the police run up to you, ain't a trick, who goes to jail?
Yeah,
Who actually is under pressure?
yeah. But so going back to that whole Nate thing, I was like, I guess that just, I don't know if that's just a sign of Nate changing his ways, or
Is
just
that him? Was that supposed to be him
some
maturing?
kind of redeeming quality of him.
And mind you, I think he left during the play. So was this
Oh yeah.
during the play that he was
Oh
doing
yeah,
this?
yeah.
You know what I
He
mean?
did.
Because remember, he left after the gay scene in
Yeah.
the play.
Yeah.
Broke up with Cassie. So was all this taking place during the play?
It probably was because, like I said, like with these past two episodes with the play, it really was sort of like a jumping back and forth in terms of time.
Yeah.
Now I should be used to this because I've watched a lot of Christopher Nolan movies and he tends to do that in his movies a lot, but not quite in this way. But it was like. With this one, it was like, yeah, you really have to like think like, where are we in time?
You had to put your thinking cap on with this shit.
Yeah.
They was riding this. They was riding dates left and right. You ain't know where they were going with it.
Even with Fez, like when we started watching the episode, I kept saying the whole time that Fez is an hour late to the play.
right. And all of this was before.
Yeah. So then when you said that, I was like, oh, then I felt like an idiot because I'm like, oh, okay, so she's looking at the seat for it being empty because all the shit that we just saw in this last episode,
Is all the things
that was happening.
before.
So even when that Fed stuff is going on, and he's calling out to his brother and all that stuff, the play is like just starting and shit.
Yeah. Or the play hadn't even started yet.
Yeah.
Because this is probably.
Oh yeah, you're right.
This is
It
probably
hadn't
30
started
minutes
yet.
to an hour before the play even started.
Yeah, you're right. So dang, I mean, it's admirable. Yeah, like the jumping back and forth. Like,
You
but
think Fesco gonna get off because if he pins all the murders onto his brother, who died,
yeah.
then.
But you think he'll just get out or get off with a lighter sentence or something?
He might be able to avoid serious jail time.
Yeah.
The person who technically committed the murders has died at the police hand.
Yeah.
So
there is some sort of penalty for that, right?
you can't try somebody that's dead.
Yeah. That's true.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And why would you say I killed them when you can say, I mean, my brother killed him.
Mm-hmm.
He's dead. You have to let me go.
Oh yeah. It
See what I'm
wasn't me.
saying?
It wasn't me.
It wasn't. And it wasn't me.
And it wasn't him. Yeah. Okay.
So
But
the only thing that I can think that they can catch him with is like aiding and abetting, harboring a fugitive. Mm-hmm. Harboring a murderer or something like that.
Yeah, being a
mean?
part of it or something.
Right. Being an accessory to the murder.
Yeah.
Because
because he his brother killed other dudes as well, so he didn't even do that.
Right.
I will say that was a tense scene when the stabbing happened and he closed his mouth and he was like Fez was telling everybody to shush, and he was just bleeding out to his death. I will say that was a very tense scene because I'm like, they can't make a noise because the cops are gonna hear it, and I was like, that was a tense scene.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah. But now that I know that it was sort of happening before the play, it all kind of makes sense. I can't be the only one.
Ashtray don't listen to nobody, bro.
He didn't. Man, he did everything on his own.
If he literally
accord.
didn't kill him, they would have been able to escape from that.
Yeah.
And kept their mouth shut, and the police would have had to do a full
It's just he had no chill.
He didn't.
He didn't have.
What
no
the fuck is gonna happen to the grandma?
Yeah.
You think the chick is gonna take care of the
I totally
grandma?
forgot about her.
I did
Until
too.
they showed
dead?
it. No, because I saw her breathing.
How did she sleep through all that gunfire?
Yeah. I
Is
don't
she
know.
brain dead? Is she like a vegetable?
But she might be. She could
Because
be.
they never really explained that.
Yeah. They just say they're just taking care of her. Right?
Yeah, she got vegetable. She got vegetable vibes.
Yeah, she has to at least not be fully conscious,
right?
In order to like not hear all that stuff that's going on.
Yeah, because I mean, he's shooting automatics.
Yeah, it was a war zone.
Yeah, it was a war zone down that hallway.
Yeah,
and I knew Ashtray was gonna shoot Fez because I'm like, he gonna start busting, and Fez is standing right in front of the door. Like,
yeah.
I knew Fesco was gonna get hit off the rip.
And Fez, I mean, shout out to the actor, but he was screaming his ass off in that scene too.
He was killing.
Like he did a great performance in that whole scene, actually. Like everybody brought it, basically, and you were saying like let's go back to my crazy girl Cassie. Like when she like went on the stage and just like wrecking everything.
Yeah.
At first I thought shit was gonna get even wilder. Like she was probably gonna start throwing hands on everybody.
That's what I thought. She wasn't trying to punch nobody. She wasn't really about that action.
Yeah.
She was just up there to make a scene.
She was like a whiner. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought she was about to start. I thought she was gonna start rocking off on people though.
Yeah. I do wish that we at least, because obviously in the bathroom it seems like Maddie like really like hit her a lot.
Well,
or did she?
It definitely seemed like that because she had a broken nose, but she did push her head into the wall.
Yeah.
So that could have easily been from that. But then it also seemed like Maddie accepted the fact that Cassie is with Nate now because she was saying he broke out. She was like, Nate broke out with me right before I jumped on stage. She said, "Girl, this is only the beginning. Like, good luck."
I did like that line a lot. Because that's exactly what happened with her. Because shit only hit the fan when she broke up with him.
Yeah,
and that's when shit like escalated.
Yeah.
So I did like that line when she said it was very cryptic. It's like this is only the beginning. Like if you think it's over,
this is what you want.
Yeah. If you just entered phase 2 of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to follow my
you ain't
footsteps,
seen shit.
yeah, because Nate is a whole bag of tricks.
Why did he call the police on his dad? I just don't get it.
And when?
Yeah. And what did he tell the police?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, because when I remember there was a scene when he was talking to his father, and I remember seeing a flash like this behind it, and I was like, was that my imagination? I thought I saw a police flash, but maybe it wasn't. And then at some point you saw like all of it, and I was like, oh shit, the cops are there. And at first, I thought he was calling that. I thought there was a death going to happen in that scene. Like I thought he was going to shoot both of them.
Because they highlighted the gun on the way drinking and driving so much. Like, so it seemed like he was pulling up on his dad with a loaded handgun, drunk.
Yeah.
and that's a recipe for disaster, pretty much in the real world. So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That shit is confusing as hell.
Yeah.
So in reality, Euphoria season finale
Yeah.
has held true to confusing the fuck out of the viewers.
Yeah. I will admit
per-
that, yeah, especially with the time with me.
Per usual, excellent cinematography.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing visuals. The best
Music.
visuals I've ever seen in terms of shots,
Acting, music.
acting, music, even some
Yeah.
of the dialogue when it's not
Oh,
drawn
yeah.
out too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
But overall, we don't know what the fuck this show is doing.
Yeah.
And we also don't know where the fuck this show is going.
Going. You see, that's the part that I'm just like, I mean, look, I could see with other characters where it could go because, like, I would love to see where the Fez thing goes,
Right.
and Lexi. Yeah, I'm invested in the
right.
the Fez
I'm
and Lexi
invested
stuff.
in that, yeah.
I would love to see that thing, but you have to justify. You can't have like a Fez and Lexi HBO spin-off show. You're gonna have to do that within a Rue relapsing show.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, how long? Like what's gonna be Rue's story? Like, because without the drugs, her story is kind of boring.
Right. Honestly, the next season should be the last season.
Yeah, because what are they gonna do? Like, what I'm saying is, if they do another Rue relapsing thing, that you're just repeating what you've been doing for the past 2 seasons. So you're gonna have to do something new with her. But what can you? I mean, maybe you can't. You're gonna have to find something interesting to do with her character other than just succumbing to drugs all the time.
Right.
But then at the same time, that's what the fucking show is, though.
True.
So how can you abandon that story? It's almost like they've written themselves into a corner or something. Yeah. You know?
I wonder if that's a storyline that people want to see over and over again.
I don't know, man, because it does get repetitive. That's what it is. Like,
but like Lifetime movies get repetitive and they booming.
yeah.
know what I'm
People
saying?
always like seeing people's lives in peril.
Yeah, people always, you know what I'm saying? Like people like seeing crime. People like seeing people fighting back in a relationship. So maybe watching somebody continually relapse and get clean is an enjoyable watch experience for a large sum of people.
Yeah, because maybe the creator could have a total new story to go with Rue in season 3 and all that stuff. But I guess I don't know if it's my limited story narrative mind
what
or
the
something.
fuck is season 2 going? What is season 3 going to
3.
be? Like, are we ever going to pick up on the dad? Are we going to pick up on whatever happens with the dad going through his process?
But see, I can see those things.
His empire.
Oh wait,
What's
Nate's dad.
Nate's dad,
Oh yeah, you're right.
Like in season
oh yeah,
3,
you're right. He threw that whole thing away, the whole empire and all that stuff. Yeah.
So in terms of what season 3 would even bring, the possibilities are Fesco fighting a case because he's gonna have to fight a case.
Getting over his brother.
Recovering himself back to health.
Maybe Lexi being by his side the whole time.
Lexi being by his side the whole time. I feel like something tells me that they're just gonna completely cut out Nate's dad. Like, we won't see him at all in season 3. Something tells me that. Like, and if they do put him on screen, then I guess it'll be about him going through court too. But then what if in court they play all these sex tapes and every single one of them says they're 18 years old?
Oh yeah.
They're not, but they tell him he's 18, and then what?
Yeah, and like I said,
I don't know if he beat that charge.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never flirted with those charges, so
yeah,
I don't know if that's enough to clear somebody's name.
Mm-hmm.
But
and like just Nate, and then just like his thing
what
with
is
Cassie,
Nate doing? Yeah,
and even Maddie too. But I can see narratively where they can go. Those possibilities we just laid out possibilities. I could see those possibilities of where they can take these other interesting characters. My only issue is just, what are you gonna do with Rue? Because she's the star of the show.
Okay, so with Rue, if they decide not to completely abandon the storyline like they have in season 2, it could be consistently about season 3 could be the lady pressing her for her.
It would have to be. It would have to be. Since that's the only.
It would have to be because we're tired of seeing her relapse.
Yeah.
I am. I know I'm tired of seeing her relapse.
Yeah.
But in order to keep it spicy, that would have to be the next possible thing.
They would have to like stop that and just be like maybe paying the consequences for her drug situation. That's what it would have to be. Maybe like in season 3, she could be really getting better, but at the same time, everything is falling apart around her because of her past.
A kidnapping, sexual trauma thing haunting her.
Yeah. Wait, you talk about Rue?
Talking about Rue because that lady threatened to say.
Oh yeah, she did. She
remember
did
she threatened her and said exactly what she'll do. She said, She said, "I'll long story short, I will prostitute you out. I will sell you into sex trafficking and get my money back for you."
Yeah. So
So she
you
told her
can't-
exactly what's going to happen with
So
her.
yeah, see, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I could see like what you're saying, like in terms of like that type of that's like some Breaking Bad shit. Like that's
Yeah.
like if this was Breaking Bad and a character said that, you were gonna see them do that.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
Like, but
yes.
at some point in the season, you were gonna see
Somebody's
them
gonna
do
get
something.
sold into sex. Somebody's gonna get kidnapped.
In Breaking Bad, that's why it's like one of my favorite like shows ever. Like, if nobody made false promises,
Yeah,
like it was just
nobody was pump faking.
everybody was a man or woman of their word. So
Yeah.
it was just like I could see like with this one, where it's like you can't have a line of dialogue like that and not pay it off in any way.
Exactly.
Within the season, you know. So at some point, somebody had to get held out of a window or something. Yeah,
Something gangster has
with
to
her
happen.
with her standing there. Yeah,
Something gangster has to happen, but
yeah,
who
but
knows, man?
yeah,
It looked good.
yeah,
It always does, though. Honestly.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's all I got to say about
Yeah,
it.
yeah, solid. You know, oh, like I said, like
Maybe we
in our
should rate
past,
'em. Maybe we should rate them.
yeah, yeah. Oh, you mean just the whole season, or I mean the whole show?
The whole season 2.
Oh, the whole season.
Maybe we
too.
could rate the episode and the season 2.
Okay.
So season 2,
Yeah, you go
season
for it.
finale. I'd rate the season finale a C plus.
Okay.
I'd give the season finale a C plus. I'd give the total season a C.
Okay. I'll go. Remember, like I said, I like the vibe of the show and all that. So I'll go like B minus.
Okay.
And for the show, and
The whole season 2 in totality.
yeah, and the season finale. A C. yeah, C. yeah. I'll say C.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, remember too, like, remember, like I was telling you with like Rotten Tomatoes, everybody's always just like is it an A plus? Is it an A or an F? You know,
Right.
Some
right.
things are just in the middle,
Some
and
things are in
it's
the
not
middle.
necessarily a bad thing. It's still a C and a B are still a passing grade.
Right.
But
yeah.
but yeah. So but it is what it is though.
Yeah,
You know. So it's
yeah.
just like okay, well.
And the thing for me is like if they fix some of the things, it would automatically go from a C to an A.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But it's like the way that the show is. There's so many things I enjoy about the show, and there's so many things I don't like about the show.
Yeah.
I love the actors. I love the cinematography. That's about it.
I will say, I
And
will
the storyline
wholeheartedly.
to a certain extent.
Yeah, to a certain extent.
To a
Because, like I
certain
said,
extent, I like
there's
the
something about
storyline.
it that draws you. Like
Yeah.
you want to know
Right.
at least
so
what's
there's a
going on.
The storyline I do enjoy to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But the issue that I have is the plot holes with the storyline, the lengthy dialogue, and the actual development of it, and just the development and the quality of the storytelling.
Yeah.
The storytelling is where it's lacking at.
Yeah.
The dialogue is lit. Sometimes it's too long, but most of the time it's pretty lit. But it's the storytelling, the beginning, middle, the beginning. They have no problem just leaving us in the middle for so long.
Yeah.
Beginning, middle, and then 5 minutes before the episode ends, the ends. And then
Yeah.
you still feel incomplete
Yeah.
when
yeah.
it is over.
I would say that song that he sang on the guitar, her friend, the friend.
That shit
like,
was
that,
pop.
that- huh?
I like that song.
I like that song. I will say that maybe it went on a little too long.
Yeah.
They could have done a thing where it's like while they're singing,
It
while
transi-
he's
it
singing,
showed other
it's
things.
showing other stuff
Yeah.
going on in the other stories and stuff
Right.
like that. But
Or
we're still hearing
flashbacks on
it.
their happy times or something.
Yeah. But we're still hearing it. Like we're still hearing it. Maybe showing some more of the play while he's singing and all that stuff. And then at the very end of the
He
song,
was a
we
good
cut
singer.
back.
I like the way that shit
Yeah,
sounded
he's a real
too,
singer
so,
too.
Yeah, so
Dominique Pike, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, he had like a kind of a big song in like 2019.
Okay.
Alternative song. That's how I knew him. I knew him
Gotcha.
as a musician first, and then I saw that in season 2 he's gonna be in this.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so yeah, see, all my only problem is the same one with you, where it's just like, okay, I think they just have to work on getting better at payoffs.
Yes.
That's the only
They don't
big
satisfy
flaw
their
that I
audience
see.
enough.
Yeah, like
they don't satisfy my hunger enough.
just set up and payoff. If you're
Yeah.
that's one of the guidelines, but also it is sort of like necessary to storytelling in general. It's just
Yeah.
if you set up something in the beginning, you have to pay it off by the end.
Yeah.
Whether like anything.
Mm-hmm.
So you, like I said, like you just. But what you can't do is set up something and then just like, oh, I guess that's basically what I'm saying, and not paying it off. But
Yeah.
just the whole Lexi, not Lexi, but Maddie and the babysitter, and then the drug lady and all that stuff. I'm just like, I totally forgot about a drug lady until you brought that up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like I don't know if this is just a flaw of the writer, but because it's mainly one person writing it. It's not like one of those shows where they have
Yeah.
like a writer's room. Maybe that could help.
That could help.
Yeah.
If he brought somebody else.
That was
in,
one
it
of
could
Tyler
help.
Perry's problems. Like everybody was saying,
true.
because he was writing every episode.
Yeah.
And sometimes with TV shows, it's completely different from movies. Sometimes with TV shows, you do need a writer's room to bounce off of other writers, and maybe some people will come up with different ideas. Maybe if he had a writer's room, another writer would be like, "Oh shit, we didn't pay this off.
Right.
We're gonna have to pay this off by episode 8."
That could solve it really a lot.
Yeah. So it's only one
Somebody
person
else
writing
to go
it.
over what you're putting together.
Yeah. So it's only one writer, so, and maybe as a writer, there's only so much you can remember.
Because I remember when I was writing, like when I used to like write papers and shit like that back for school, I would get just drawn off on a tangent of just like writing this detailed body
Yeah.
and never really bringing closure to the body, but then just having a conclusion paragraph.
Yeah.
I've done that before, or
Yeah.
doing a book report or something like that.
Yeah. So it's hard, but it's just something. But it's just simple in the sense of like, just if anything, you just set up in the first 2 acts of your movie, especially in the first act. By the third act, you have to pay it off,
Yeah.
And if this is a season, the first act is like the first couple episodes, the middle act, the second act is the middle, and then like the third one. All the stuff that happened in the first act that you set up gotta happen by the
Yeah.
payoff in the third one,
Yeah.
And 2 of those things, just didn't happen. So that's why it doesn't get like an A.
So we're giving it a C.
Yeah.
Euphoria, season 2, in totality, we give it a C.
Blow up.
I'm just keep editing the episodes like that.
Yeah.